Welcome once again to this lecture series in Chemical Reaction Engineering 1. Now we'll see plug flow reactors in series and or in parallel. We consider n number of plug flow reactors in series. Let x1, x2 and so on xn conversion from the first reactor, second reactor and n. So A species we are not writing, we have dropped here because we want to use the same notations in the book. You can write it as xa1, xa2, xan. So we'll use it intermittently. Sometimes we'll use xa, and at times for general cases we'll drop that a. The fractional conversion of the component A leaving the reactant, first reactor, second reactor and nth reactor. Basing the material balance on the feed rate of component A into the first reactor, we find ith reactor for plug flow conditions. So in general, for ith reactor, I am writing V subscript I divided by F0. This will be same throughout. XA coming out XI, and what is entering is from the previous reactor. So previous reactor we write as, if this reactor is Xi, then from previous reactor it is coming from Xi minus 1, and this is dx by minus r. Rate for n reactors in series, summation of this Vi by F0 is constant. Vi from I is equal to 1 to n is nothing but V1 plus V2 and so on, all the reactors added up to nth reactor. This, you add these volumes for plug flow reactor, so total will be V. F0 is constant here, so V by F0 you can write. So simply you can add all those reactor volumes. That means n plug flow reactors in series with a volume gives the same conversion as the single plug flow reactor of volume V. So because these conversions, you can see reactor 1 from where it is coming, from 0th reactor. Reactor 2 x1 to x2, x2 to x3 and so on. Then you can have xn minus 1 and finally xn. In between you can have xi minus 1 to xi, and this is integral. You can add gross lower limit of the first integral and higher limit of the last one. This is 0 to xn dx by minus r. So you are familiar with such integrals. Now we'll see equal size mixed flow reactors in series. In plug flow, the concentration of the reactant decreases progressively through the system. Conversion is progressive. Along the length or along the volume, there is change in concentration. Whereas in mixed flow reactor, concentration drops immediately to a value. So you start with Ca0, and in the reactor at steady state, the concentration immediately drop to some value Ca, which is the same as concentration of exit reactor. And that, assuming that mixed flow reactor behaves as a ideal reactor with those valid assumptions, that it immediately drops, exit concentration is same as the concentration of the reaction mass within the reactor at steady state all the time. And in plug flow reactor, conversion is progressive. At any section there is concentration is uniform. That is the assumption. That means there is no intermixing of the layer. So every section is a separate identity, you can say. So that is again a idealized model. But ideal reactor models, these are valid, and to a great extent it gives close to experimental results. So ideal reactor design, which we are doing with, which we have done in chapter 5 and now for these schemes, is an approximate design. For actual reactor design, you have to consider non-idealities, and that we will see much later. Because of this fact, plug flow reactor is more efficient than mixed flow reactor for the reaction whose rates increase with the reactant concentration, such as nth order irreversible reactions for n greater than 0, all positive orders. PFR will be more efficient. Consider a system of n mixed flow reactors connected in series. Though the concentration is uniform in each reactor, there is a change in concentration as fluid moves from one reactor to another reactor. Okay. Now we will see the concentration profile through an n stage mixed flow reactors system as compared to the single flow system. Okay. Single mixed flow reactor, and there can be n may be 2, 3, 5, 30, anything. So here what this figure suggests, that the larger the number of units in series, closer is the behavior to the plug flow. So you can see here, these are the stages shown. This is Ca is entering the first reactor, and if only one reactor is there, this is leaving the first reactor. Then you consider 5 reactors, so there will be 5 stages. So it is entering the first reactor, exit concentration from the first reactor is represented here. Then entering the second reactor, exit concentration from second, same is the entry to third, then exit from the third, same is entering the fourth, this is exit from the fourth, same concentration entering the fifth and exit, same Ca out. So here we are using single, then 5 different stages. And you go on increasing this number. If you increase this to 30, so these are the stages will be smaller and smaller. And if you increase this number still further, these stages will be so small that it will coincide with this curve representing the concentration. And this type of curve, this is same as plug flow behavior. We will see this in details. So we will analyze this quantitatively. Earlier we have seen qualitative analysis. The behavior of reactors of n equal size mixed flow reactors. Equal sized. Okay. Density changes negligible. We are assuming it as negligible. T is same as tau here. Okay, this tau is missing. I will place this tau here. Okay. As a rule, with mixed flow reactors, it is more convenient to develop the necessary equations in terms of concentrations rather than fractional conversion XA. So in terms of Ca rather than XA. Therefore, we use this approach. The nomenclature used in the figure, which refers to the earlier plot which we have discussed. V1 tau 1, V2 tau 2, Vi tau I, and Vn tau n is the last reactor. So in V1 what is entering? C0. In V2 entering is C1, leaving is C2. Ith reactor entering from I minus 1th reactor and leaving I. And in nth reactor entering the exit stream from n minus 1th reactor, and this is leaving as Cn. So this is the nomenclature and equal mixed size reactors in series. So this XA1, XA2, Ca1, Ca2 you can use, or you can drop the subscript A, which represents component A, for the sake of brevity. So we'll consider first order reactions. Mixed flow reactor, tau I, that is Ca0 by Fa0, this is constant, and Vi, as tau changes, volume changes. So Vi by V is constant again. V is Fa0 by Ca0. And this is Ca0 Xa when Xa varies from 0 to Xa, and delta Xa. So this is Xai minus Xai minus 1. So ith reactor. So you can see this is our ith reactor. Leaving Xi and entering from I minus 1th reactor. So we'll use this nomenclature. And here I am using Xa instead of just Xi mentioned in the figure, because we are habitual of using XaCa and it is better to maintain that. For epsilon equal to 0, this Ca0, what is Xai? 1 minus Cai by Ca0. What is Xai minus 1? 1 minus Cai minus 1 by Ca0. And we have already discussed, it is better to write this in terms of concentrations rather than conversions. So tau I, this we can write as Ca0 minus Ci, this Ca0 cancels out. This we can write Ca0 minus Ci minus 1, Ca0 cancels out. Minus Rai in the denominator. So rate in the ith reactor. So this Ca0 and Ca0 with minus sign, that cancels out, and you get tau I as Cai minus 1 minus Ci. Okay. Because you know, when you write the expression in terms of dxa or dca, on dca side there is minus sign, so this is reverse. So it is here xai minus xai minus 1, and here it is cai minus 1 minus cai. So this, to solve this, k cai into tau I is equal to this. This Ci you can take on this side, and finally you get this expression Cai minus 1 divided by Ci. That is concentration in the ith reactor. This is concentration in the I minus 1th reactor, which is same as the concentration of the exit stream of I minus 1th reactor, and this is concentration of exit stream of ith reactor. This is equal to 1 plus k tau I. Okay. When the sizes are equal, then tau will be also equal. Tau 1 is equal to tau 2 will be equal to tau I, which is equal to tau n. Where, as long as the volumes are same. If volume are different, then you have to count for different values of tau. Nth reactor, Ca concentration of A leaving the nth reactor or within the reactor, same. Ca0 into 1 minus Xan, conversion in nth reactor. This I can write as Ca0 by Can is equal to 1 by 1 minus Xan. Okay. Ca0 by Can is nothing but these concentrations, ratio of the concentration entering, leaving, entering, leaving, entering, leaving for all these reactors. And if you take the product of all these, this Ca1, Ca1, Ca2, Ca2, Ca3 as well as Can minus 1, all these cancels out, and you will be left with Ca0 by Can. So Ca0 by Can, this ratio is nothing but the ratio of the product of entering and leaving concentration of all the reactors placed in series. And for each ratio, this one, Cai minus 1 by Ci is 1 plus k tau I. So these are n reactors, 1, 2, 3, 4 and n times. So 1 plus k tau I into 1 plus k tau I into 1 plus k tau I n times. So that becomes it raised to n. Here our mixed flow reactors are of same size, so tau I is same. So for single reactor, what we can write is this Ca0 by Can 1 plus k tau I here. Okay. So if I write Ca0 by Can raised to 1 by n, and here also I have to write raised to 1 by n cancels out, and you get simply 1 plus k tau I, and this 1 is transferred on this side. So it becomes Ca0 by Can raised to 1 minus n minus 1, and then we also transfer this k on this side. So for single mixed flow reactor we can write 1 by k Ca0 by Can raised to 1 minus n minus 1 into tau I, and tau I is same everywhere, so it is tau 1 is equal to tau 2 is equal to tau 3. So for single reactor you can write it as tau only or tau 1 whatever. For n mixed flow reactors in series, so for n reactors it will be n times tau I. So this is tau 1 plus tau 3, tau 2 plus tau 3 and so on. So there are n numbers, so you will write n into tau I. Okay, that means tau 1 plus tau 2 is, when tau 1 is equal to tau 2 you can write it as tau, and that will be 2 tau. For 3 reactors 3 tau. So it will be, and tau I is same, you can write it as tau also. So this expression we are multiplied for n mixed flow reactors by n here, which combines all these tau I is equal to 1 to n, and I have to multiply by this n on this side also. So for n mixed flow reactors in series we get this expression, this we have seen. So when n is very large or n tending to infinity, if I want to solve this, n tending to infinity, so this 1 upon infinity is 0, so this form we cannot determine. What we do is, now we put x as 1 by n, so as n tends to infinity x tends to 0, so limit changes from n tends to infinity to x tends to 0. X is 1 by n, so 1 by n is x, Ca0 by Can is x. Okay, this 1 by k is there, n is replaced by 1 by x. So limit x tends to 0, 1 upon kx into bracket Ca0 by Can raised to x minus 1, and that is equal to n tau I. So this we can write limit n tends to x tends to 0, 1 upon k we have taken outside, this function x we have written here, and this is of the form a raised to x minus 1 by x, and limit of this function is ln of a. So our a is here Ca0 by Cn, so simply ln of Ca0 by Cn and 1 minus k, it is there constant outside. So this form you are familiar with, and this is n tau I. So 1 upon k ln of Ca0 by Can, this we get when we solve the integral for plug flow reactor. So this is the, from the performance equation of plug flow reactor, tau p is equal to 1 by k ln of Ca0 by Can. This you know. Okay, here this is one plug flow reactor you can consider. So when n tends to infinity, or when n is very large, the performance of n equal size mixed flow reactors in series is same as performance of one plug flow reactor. This we have seen here. Okay, single mixed flow reactor, then we have seen 5 mixed flow reactors, then we have increased it further to 30 mixed flow reactors, and if you increase further, the stages will become smaller and smaller, and this will coincide with this curve. So it is a plug flow performance. Okay, now we'll see these two figures comparison. Here again 1 minus xa log scale you have here, tau n by tau p. So This is n mixed flow reactors in series and when n tends to infinity. So this you can see for n is equal to 1. This is the curve representing n is equal to 1. N is equal to 2, n is equal to 3, n is equal to 4 and so on, and finally n tending to infinity. This will coincide with this line. Okay. That means this ratio is 1. This is equal to this. Ratio is 1. So here it will coincide. So as this increases, this is the result for first order case. Comparison of n equal size mixed flow reactors with a plug flow reactor. And for first order reaction, k tau, this dimensionless variable which characterizes first order reaction, k tau is equal to 1, 2, 5, 10 and 20. As k tau increases, this is the representation. Okay. Similarly, for second order, 1 minus xa here. Instead of k tau, we have kCa0 tau. And as this increases further, you can see this ratio is increasing. When kCa0 tau is less, this ratio is less. When kCa0 tau is more, this ratio is more. This ratio is more. And this is mixed flow reactor to plug flow reactor. As you go on increasing n, it is more towards plug flow reactor. Again, as this ratio is 1, it approaches to plug flow. Okay. Here k tau is equal to 1. So you can see here this goes on increasing from year to year. That means again this ratio is higher for higher value of k tau. You can use this in problem solving also. One or two solved problems are there based on this. You can go through it. We'll not discuss solved problems here. We'll go to the problems from exercises directly. Now mixed flow reactors of different sizes in series. For arbitrary kinetics in mixed flow reactors of different sizes, two types of questions may be asked or we can answer. How to find the outlet conversion from a given reactor system. You have been provided with the reactor system, mixed flow reactors in series, and they are of different sizes. So you can find the outlet conversion from the system means outlet from the last reactor if you know the other data. Or the inverse question, how to find the best setup to achieve the given conversion. So if it is asked you want to achieve 80% conversion and suggest the best setup, then this answer to this is not that easy. So different procedures are used for these problems. Finding conversion in a given system, a graphical procedure for finding the outlet composition from series of mixed flow reactor of various sizes for the reaction with negligible density changes means epsilon is equal to 0 has been presented by Jones in 1951. That we'll see. All that is needed, we want an rate versus concentration curve, R versus C curve or minus RA versus CA curve for the component A to represent the reaction rate at various concentration. So rate versus concentration curves we need. So we'll see what exactly it means. Considering three flow reactors in series, now you can see here reactors are of different sizes V1, V2, V3. So tau 1, tau 2, tau 3, this will be different. So volumes, feed rates, concentrations, space times, volumetric flow rates, etc. are given. At steady state, volumetric flow rate is constant. Whatever is entering here, same is leaving from the last reactor. So for component A in the reactor, if you want to write down, so we know these definitions. V0 is Fa0 by Ca0. You can write V1 as Fa1 by Ca1. but V is constant. V is equal to V0 is equal to V. You can see V is constant. So the same ratio can be equated. See, FA0 by CA0 is equal to FA1 by CA1. So you can write FA1 is equal to FA0 into CA1 by CA0. If you drop subscript A, it is simply F1 is equal to F0 into C1 by C0. Okay. So C0, C1, C2, C3. V is same. F0. F1 is F0 into C1 by C0. F2 is F0 into C2 by C0. F3 F0 into C3 by C0 and so on. This is for unequal size reactors. Now tau 1, if you want to write down, or it is same as mean residence time for epsilon A is equal to 0. So tau 1 is V1 by V. Okay, this you know, this is C0 minus C1 by minus R1. So, or you can write CA0 minus CA1 is equal divided by minus RA1. So this we can rewrite as, if you invert this and this minus sign you change, take outside and write it as C1 minus C0 and transfer that minus sign on other side. So what you get here, minus 1 upon tau 1, this minus R1 goes on this side and this C1 minus C0 in the denominator. So we get this minus 1 upon tau 1 is equal to minus R1 divided by C1 minus C0. Now we will see with respect to this RC curve. This is rate minus RA or minus R. This is CA or C. So C0, C1, C2, C3, or you can write as CA0, CA1, CA2, CA3. Okay. Now you know for ith component 1 upon tau I, you can write as minus R for I, and this will be ith reactor and concentration coming out from I minus 1th reactor, or concentration in ith reactor and concentration within I minus 1th reactor previous to ith reactor. Okay, this you can write. Now first we start with this C0. We want to know C1. If I know this tau 1, so minus 1 upon tau 1, this slope is equivalent to this. This is nothing but R2. If you represent this R1 here, R1, okay, value somewhere here. So dy by dx, dy is R1, dx is C1 minus C0, and that is same as slope of minus 1 upon tau 1. You know this tau 1. If you know this, you can construct a line with this slope, and once you have this point here, from here you can come down and get point C1. Next slope is minus 1 upon tau 2. This you draw, come down, you get C2. Next slope 1 upon tau 3, and you can continue. And final concentration from the final reactor you can find out. If you know the rate concentration data, you construct the rate concentration curve. So by graphical procedure you can find this. Inlet concentration C0 is known, that is point L. C1 and minus R1 correspond to a point on the curve which is to be found. This M is to be found, and slope of the line LM, this slope is dy by dx, mn by nl, and that is equal to minus 1 by tau 1. So you draw a line of slope minus 1 upon tau 1 until it cuts this curve. When it cuts this curve, you get your point M, and from here there you come down and you can get C1. Similarly, continue with minus 1 upon 2, you get your second point, and so on. So this procedure you can repeat as many times as you reach the final value somewhere here. Maybe complete conversion, so concentration will be 0 till you reach here. Or you can find out in ith reactor, in any reactor, what will be the concentration. You should know tau, and as these are reactors of different sizes and sizes are given, means volume is known, volumetric rate is known, so tau 1, tau 2, tau 3 is known. They are not equal because reactors are not equal in size. Now we'll see determining the best system for a given conversion. Now suppose we want to find out minimum size of two mixed flow reactors in series, and to achieve a specified conversion of feed which reacts with arbitrary but known kinetics. The basic performance expressions for first reactor, you can write tau 1 by C0 is x1 by minus R1. Tau 2 by C0, x2 minus x1 by minus R2. Now these performance equations for mixed flow reactors, we have used various forms. So we are using in the forms of conversion. So you are familiar with. Tau is equal to Ca0 into Xa. Tau is equal to C0 into Xa. So here, this reactor is smaller in size and this is larger in size. This here it is larger in size and this is smaller in size. Here smaller is placed first, followed by the larger. Here larger is placed first and followed by the smaller one. Okay. This is minus 1 upon Ra and this is Xa. So the curve is plotted. Okay. Conversion is x2, x1. From the first reactor, you start with 0 conversion, some Ca0, then conversion is x1 in the first reactor and it is x2 in the second reactor. So reactor is smaller, so you can expect small value of conversion in the first scheme. Whereas in the second scheme, larger reactor is first, so you can expect larger value of conversion x1 and then x2. x2 same for same duty, same final conversion. Two different cases, this smaller comes first. Now this tau or volume, tau by C0 or V by F0. So tau 2 for second reactor, V2 for second reactor divided by C0 or F0. Same as tau 1 and V1 for the first reactor. So this area under the curve of this small rectangle, smaller reactor placed first, gives me V by Fa0 or V1. Here V2, if I know F0, I can find out V2. So V1 and V2 are represented by these two rectangles. Base system will be total volume is to be minimized, and that total volume is minimized. So what should be the best system that we want to find out? Here larger first and smaller. So this rectangle represents the volume of first order. We are considering say Fa0 is equal to 1. So directly we are getting volume, otherwise you calculate. So this is larger volume, this is smaller volume. Total volume we want to minimize. The relationships are displayed for two alternative reactor arrangements, both giving the same final conversion x2. As the intermediate conversion x1 changes, so does the size ratio of the units. As this x1, this position changes, if this xa you shift here, okay, if you shift it here, what will happen? This is your x1, let us say it is shifted here. So this is new representation of volume, and for second reactor it is this one, okay, and first reactor it is this one. So as x1 moves, total volume is different. So two shaded areas we have to add as total volume and two vessels required. The figure shows that total reactor volume is as small as possible. That is, this total of shaded area is to be minimized. So if you consider this and this rectangle, and if you construct this complete rectangle, so this remaining one, this rectangle formed, okay. Now you can see logically, if this volume is to be minimized, that means you should maximize this rectangle, okay. If you want to minimize this, you should maximize this rectangle, and you should be able to find out a position of x1 such that this rectangle is maximized. So shaded area is to be minimized. So when the rectangle KLMN, which represents this remaining part, this should be as large as possible. So we have to solve the problem choosing x1 or some point on this curve, this M. You have to choose such that it maximizes the area of this rectangle. So this is called method of maximization of rectangles, and this can be done easily. So this some arbitrary curve is considered. This can be convex, this can be concave. Here we are considering a different curve. So mathematically, what is this minimization or maximization of rectangle? So minimization, we want to minimize the volume. So remaining rectangle we want to maximize. So here we see maximization of rectangle. So here x and y axis, this arbitrary curve, and this some point representing x and y, if you consider this point here, okay. We want to maximize this. If you consider this case, we want to maximize this. So the area of the rectangle will be naturally x into y. This rectangle is x into y. We want to maximize this area, means you should differentiate this area. So dA is product rule y into dx, x plus x into dy, and this is equal to 0. So minus dy by dx is equal to y by x from here. So that means if this condition is satisfied, so you have to locate this point such as it satisfied this condition, and that means this is the rectangle representing maximum area. So this is slope is negative dy by dx with minus sign, and this diagonal, slope of this diagonal, both should match, and where this tangent at some point and the slope of this diagonal matches, this is our best point found out graphically, and that represents the point of intermediate conversion x1. In this case, you have to go on shifting this point and check whatever new rectangle you get, that diagonal and this one, the slope should be same. That is your best point. This we will see in problem solving. So you have to consider this. Now here the condition, What it means? The area is maximized when M is at that point where the slope of the curve equals to the slope of the diagonal of this rectangle. KLNM, diagonal is NL. Depending on the shape of the curve, there may be more than one or there may be no best point. However, for the nth order kinetics of n greater than 0, there is always one best point and our most of the reactions will fall in this category, positive orders. So the problem becomes simple for us. The best value of M is shown in this figure. This determines the intermediate concentration x1 as well as size of the units, individual units needed. Now you can see this curve as we have seen the previous curve. This area is to be maximized. So you go on testing different points and then you come across this point. Here you can see this diagonal of this rectangle and this area at this point. This area is maximized and tangent at this point slopes are matched. That is the best point, x1 intermediate point, and you can find out these two volumes and you can add, and this will find this as minimum volume. So this kind of problems needs little bit of practice. We'll see this in our problem solving sessions. Reactors of different type in series. So earlier we have seen plug flow in series, mixed flow in series, mixed flow of same size in series, mixed flow of different sizes series. Now here combination of mixed flow and plug flow. And what is the advantage? There is some advantage of this kind of schemes. And considering all these schemes, you have to come up with the best possible scheme and lot of efforts you need to take for that. So here we are considering only 3 reactors. We can predict the overall conversion for such systems or conversions at intermediate points between the individual reactors. So what we are considering? V1 mixed flow reactor, V2 volume of this plug flow reactor, then V3 of mixed flow reactor. And here you can see 3 volumes are different. This mixed flow reactor is smaller, this mixed flow reactor is larger. You can reverse this order, you can place larger first and this in the end. Overall performance will be different. For first reactor, V1 by F0 or FA0 is x1 minus x0 by minus R1. V2 by F0, this is integral reactor, plug flow, x1 to x2 dx by minus R. V3 by F0 mixed flow, so x3 minus x2 minus R3. Okay, and if you plot it 1 upon minus RA and XA here, so XA3, XA2, XA1, this is minus 1 upon RA. So this last one V3 by F0. Okay, so you can find out volume of this last mixed flow reactor, this rectangle. So at this exit concentration, you will draw a parallel line to x-axis up to this point where it cuts. You start with this point. Then x1, another intermediate concentration, V2 by F0. Here it is not the rectangle but area under the curve because PFR. Then we have MFR. So again this rectangle. Okay. These intermediate points are to be found out so as to suggest the best scheme. So similar method will apply here also. Now we'll stop here and we'll continue with the further topics in our next lecture.